All right, welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel and the Strickland Twitter page. And if you're listening to this the day after, Strickland Podcast Network, I'm Sam, and I'm joined by Tyrese. And this show is brought to you by FanDuel, of course, as always. And if you want to get in on some Super Bowl betting, what perfect time and what perfect app not to use than FanDuel. The Knicks win 111-89 against the Boston Celtics, tying their record for 34-19 and tied for second in the East. And I guess the Knicks would hold the tiebreaker now that they have the season lead.
Yeah.
But yeah, Knicks, their win streak came to an end on Friday against the Detroit Pistons, who seem to have our number this year, defeating us by 30 multiple times. We'll talk about that game and the rest of the week that happened as well. But this game was a very encouraging game to see from the Knicks, holding a Boston team who has been playing relatively well lately to under 90 points and ending their win streak as well. They were looking to they were seeking their sixth straight win this afternoon. And the Knicks just kind of played some really great defense and held them to just 89 points. I mean, this was a great game for our new acquisition, one Jose Alvarado, and also Mo Diawara off the bench. So, those are some encouraging things as well. Classic old Jalen Brunson 31-8 game. But yeah, no, this game I was kind of skeptical a little bit just because of the sour taste from the Pistons game. But the Knicks have shown that they can be resilient. Had a remote fall off the fucking shelf. The Knicks can be resilient, and they did not let the loss against the Pistons on Friday deter them from continuing to play well after that players only, quote unquote, players only meeting. Tyrese, your thoughts on this game?
I think it's good when you're excited about the 51st pick. There are some people who don't want you to be excited about the 51st pick. And those people are not people you should listen to. There are some people, I'm not going to name names, who are very excited about the Pistons. I don't want you to be excited about the Knicks and any acquisitions or moves that they make. There are some people on the Knicks beat who have been wearing Pistons gear when they go to bed at night and imagine themselves with Cade Cunningham in a log cabin. Don't listen to those people when you show joy for your favorite sports team. There are some people. Okay, let me get it up. But ultimately, no. Good game. Mo Diawara was a star in his role. That's what I want to talk about. Because Mo Diawara fucking had Jaylen Brown in. Mo D.
It's too bad he's not on a two-way contract, because everybody knows the most important thing ever is to be the best player in NBA history on a two-way contract.
Hey, Schwinn. Hey, how do you feel about the 51st pick? Did you get overly excited about the 51st pick?
Oh my god.
A little bit too much. I can't deny it.
Can't do that.
A little bit too exciting of a time.
Can't do that. You just can't get excited about draft picks, even though the Knicks have historically gotten value out of late second round picks. It's like almost the Knicks' best player is a second round pick, and their best defender is the second round pick. And they found value in the second round the last couple of years.
If you just expand like the draft range, right? Because it's basically like anything after the top 20 picks is kind of like pretty flat and how they turn out. Like 20 to 40 is pretty flat. Josh Hart was what, or 27th or 28th pick, some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Brunson was what, 34 something?
33.
33. Mitch was 36. Was Alvarado even drafted?
No.
UDFA, Deuce McBride's 36th, obviously. I think OG was 23rd?
24th. Yeah.
Something, whatever. But look, obviously the best talent generally comes from the top of the draft, but the NBA is littered with guys that were drafted later, much later in many cases, and have been high impact players. Arguably the best player in the fucking NBA right now was drafted during a fucking Taco Bell commercial in the second round. So, I don't know. Leaving all that aside, that was an awesome win. I don't care that the Knicks lost to the Pistons. I don't know why anybody cared about that game. There was no chance they were going to win that game. They're out 4 of their top 9 guys. The fucking Pistons clearly were going to be focused since they
Isaiah Stewart kind of basically said before the game that they're like locked in on these matchups against the Knicks. Like they made it their goal to like really come at the Knicks in those games.
Look, for some people, the Super Bowl is today, and for some people that write for the Knicks, the Super Bowl is on Friday. But like they were not going to lose that game, just given the circumstances. And I really did not take much from it other than that. Yeah, I think the Pistons are legit. Like I don't know why that's like a hot take. Although there are now still Knicks fans that are like, how can you say that? What they're like, I'm like, dude, I didn't say the Knicks suck. I said the Pistons are good. Like, I don't think this is like a crazy hot take. But I will say this. The Boston Celtics have a lot of cute metrics. They are very high net rating. They have a great offensive rating. They have the second best offensive rating, actually, in basketball. They have a great defensive rating. There are many metrics that will tell you the Boston Celtics are, in fact, a title contender as things stand with this roster. And I'm here to tell you that's bullshit. That team is not a championship contender unless Tatum comes back and he's magically 100% by the playoffs. If that's the case, then yeah, sure. You can talk. I'd agree with that. As things stand, this is not a championship contender. This is a team who has a very good coach, who is very well ran, who are organized, who play hard every game, and all these wonderful things that can win you a lot of regular season games. You get in the playoffs and you play teams with actual talent every single night who are game planning for you every single night. All your cute little fucking gimmicky tactics of like, oh, we'll have Baylor Shireman crash the glass and Hugo Gonzalez tries really hard and all this fucking bullshit that they do, that shit does not matter. That shit is not going to matter.
Vucevic, man.
Yeah, like thank you for trading for Vucevic, who came out today and basically did what we are all hoping that the fucking Patriots do starting at 6:40 p.m. today, which is just take a massive fucking dump on national television. That was like the Knicks just bodied them. And sure, if you want to tell me they missed a lot of open threes and whatnot, that's fine, man. Like if that's really all the game boils down to, then I could tell you the Knicks should have been much more competitive against the Pistons on Friday. And I'm not telling you that because that would be a bullshit kind of like way to argue what happened in that game. The Knicks bullied them. The Knicks did not shoot particularly great from 3 to my knowledge. I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers. Didn't feel like they were knocking down a bunch of fucking threes throughout most of this game.
It's not 40%.
Karl-Anthony Towns, yeah. But what was the volume? It was like 35 threes or something?
Yeah, 35. Exactly.
Yeah. Like Karl-Anthony Towns didn't have a great game. Mikal Bridges didn't shoot the lights out of the ball. You didn't have OG Anunoby. Obviously, Deuce McBride is out. Like, we had to give Jordan Clarkson his token charity minutes because Mike Brown loves him for whatever reason. This was not some beautiful... This was the Celtics rotation, basically, minus Sam Hauser. And, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I don't think Sam Hauser matters more than OG Anunoby or Deuce McBride. Like, and, I know Tatum's not there, but Tatum hasn't been there all year. And I'm supposed to believe that this team is actually top 4 in basketball, a title contender, as is Jaylen fucking Brown's an MVP candidate. Fucking suck my dick. Like, no, it's a joke. Have the Knicks handled their business every night? No. Did the Knicks come out and play seriously every night? No. I mean, I can tell you fucking straight up in this game, Josh Hart came out and for the first 4 minutes basically was just running around doing absolutely nothing on defense. There was a possession where they brought the ball up the floor. He pointed to Shamet to get his man in the corner because Josh Hart couldn't get there. And he was supposed to pick up Derek White, who was bringing the ball up the floor. And he just decided to go to his man in the corner anyway. And Derek White got a wide open 3. So, like, the idea that the Knicks are locked in all the time or whatever, they're not. But that's kind of my point. And whether you think that's a good thing or an acceptable thing or what kind of thing it is, that's fine. But that's a normal thing that happens with championship contenders for the most part. And really, it's why depth is so important in the regular season, because depth guys aren't going to cheat you on effort. Depth guys are not going to take it easy. Depth guys are going to play hard every single night because they're fighting for minutes. They're fighting for new contracts. They're fighting for whatever. So, look, the Knicks and Celtics might have the same record. They might have the same fucking metrics that put them in all the same fucking ballparks. But, like, a Chrysler 3000 looks like a fucking Phantom until the Phantom pulls up. And give me a break. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, the Celtics, they they were on a win streak just like the Knicks recently, and a lot of teams in the East have been kind of picking up steam. But as Schwinn alluded to, there's kind of levels to this, and despite missing some key guys, the Knicks were able to take care of business today against the Celtics. Some performances I would like to highlight, including one Mo Diawara, who I think we all agree should be a rotation staple for the rest of the year, I believe. No matter who's in or out of the lineups, I feel
Just
like
don't get too excited. Just don't get too excited.
just don't get too excited. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, the value that we're getting out of him for the 51st pick in the draft. I mean, this is like pretty good stuff. And I mean, he's showing you that he is able to not only stay on the floor for what he's doing defensively, which I think he, like Tyrese mentioned earlier, did a great job on Jaylen Brown today. But also offensively, I mean, he was 4 for 4 from the field, hit 2 threes, showing a little bit more there. He had like a nice little hook shot. He had some solid passes. He caught Mikal cutting. Well, I thought Mikal did a really good job cutting in the first half, getting some really easy open layups. But yeah, Mo's just showing you all around that he can be that Swiss Army knife kind of player. It's really encouraging to see what he can do. He's definitely going to be a type of player, I think, that, he can definitely swing like a playoff game or something just with all the little stuff that he does on the court. But yeah, no, he was great today. And I thought him and the ball pressure that him and Jose were applying today was absolutely just amazing. Like, this is exactly what we wanted from the Knicks to be doing on defense for a good part of the year. And just having these two guys that were able to do that today, and the plays that they were able to make coming out of that. I mean, Jose got one of his behind the back steals on Jaylen Brown that got him an easy layup. Like, it was a great defensive performance from a lot of these guys today.
Yeah, I thought Mo and Jose had a really good showing on defense. I think. Sorry.
You getting emotional?
No.
I know it's been a while since I know it's okay. Tyrese, look, it's okay, man. I know it's been a while since we had good defense consistently off the bench and good point guard play off the bench. So I get it. No, it's cool, man.
Yeah, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy that the number 5 on my team can contribute to winning basketball again. It's been a couple of years where that wasn't the case, and it was really hard for me to cope. But it's like if you look towards your left and you squint a little bit, he looks just like Quickly. Like they got.
How do you feel about his obviously receding hairline?
I mean, Jaylen Brunson's my point guard, so I'm just gonna rock with it.
That's just our thing now. As a team.
Exactly. Listen, I don't care. We got a bunch of
receding hairline point guards.
For real, like we got a bunch of midget point guards with receding hairlines, and that's okay.
I also thought Jose and Brunson held up defensively like pretty well today as well too. Like I just thought that was a really good. Like I feel like they insulated that lineup pretty well. Like they had like really good defenders at every spot, and Brunson and Jose just weren't able. They weren't like the Celtics weren't able to pick on them as much as I thought, or at least others people probably would have thought they would.
Honestly, at some point when Deuce is healthy, they're gonna run Brunson, Jose, and Deuce. And it's gonna be hilarious, but it's also gonna like win a lot of fucking ball games. So I'm excited for that.
The only thing is, I think with that, you almost have to play that with like Cat
OG and Mitch,
or Cat and Hart, Mitch and Hart, something like that. Like because you need rebounding there with that group. Because none of those guys rebound really well. The only thing I will say is, like Brunson in these matchups, and this is something that like the Pacers did. They've done both times in the playoffs, both of those series. Is these teams are targeting him not just defensively anymore, because like I actually don't worry about that much. I think he's fine when he actually like it's time to play defense. But they're targeting him on the offensive glass. He's got to do a better job boxing out. Like I don't know how many of those rebounds Shireman had were just because Brunson was not boxing out or didn't pay attention to him or whatever. But it felt like a pretty high percentage to me. I'd have to go back and watch it. I have to watch the tape 3 times where I know what I'm talking about. So I'll do that. But yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I think that's just one thing to note. And that's a tactic that other teams have used. So he's got to be better with that. But look, man, that was a great win for the Knicks. And yeah, Alvarado was great. He was awesome. I mean, this is why, like, we talked about it on the deadline stream and me and Press talked about it on the pod on Friday, but like, I think Kolek's been much better than expected this year, but like he's not consistently having an impact. And you can see the ball pressure defenses get to him. The less said about Jordan Clarkson, the better. And when you take those minutes and you're just like, you replace them with Alvarado or Deuce when he gets back, that's the fucking significant difference. Like that, it reminds me a lot. Getting Alvarado reminds me a lot of them getting Josh Hart, where it was like the team was good already, but you felt like they needed another piece. And we got Josh Hart and it was really cool. But then, like, I don't know that anybody really expected it to be like, now we're a 50-win team all the time. And that's how it panned out. Like, I'm not saying now that we have Alvarado, we're definitely going to win a championship or something, but I do think that he impacts the game in a way consistently that actually moves the needle for the Knicks. And what you have to understand is when you're as good as the Knicks, it is hard to find pieces and find players and find lineups that can consistently do so. And for them to get Alvarado for fucking 2 picks in the 50s, yeah, man.
You mean we shouldn't
fine,
be upset that we gave up Dalen Terry? 6'6" wing demon?
Shooting 41% from three. Can't believe
Michael
the panic zone.
Dalen Michael Jordan Terry? Yeah. I don't think
who got immediately waived, by the way. So
He will be enjoying time for the Windy City Bulls for the rest of the year, okay?
Wait, so can he can go sign back with the Bulls technically, right?
Yes, he can because he got traded twice.
But yeah, no, it's a good move. And like, yeah, do they need more size? Sure, but guess what? That's where like Mo Diawara being an actual piece matters.
Yeah, because he gives you that size on the wing that, you know, I mean, with him gaining confidence, I saw someone mention this on the timeline. I don't remember who, but like someone said Jose and Mo are basically our trade deadline acquisitions. And, you know, with the way Mo's playing, if he continues playing this consistently on both ends of the floor, I mean, it's definitely different than the way he was playing earlier in the year. And he's playing more confident, more consistent. So you kind of have a baseline of what you're expecting from him on a nightly basis. It does feel like a little bit of a trade deadline acquisition, especially if he continues to take the minutes that Jordan Clarkson is playing. I felt like it was very impactful. Like I think the closing lineup today was like that lineup that came in and basically shut the door on the game was like Brunson, Mo, Jose, Mitch, and I want to say it was either Bridges or Hart, one of those two.
I think it was Mikhail.
But yeah, I mean that lineup was just perfect defensively and had just enough offensive juice where Brunson was able to do what he wanted, and close the door in that game. So I mean, just a lot more lineup flexibility that you have now, and you know you're just hoping that Mo continues to get these minutes and not Jordan Clarkson. I mean, Mo had 27 minutes today. Jose had 25. Like,
yeah,
keep that up. I mean, Mitch only played 16 minutes today.
He was straight up. Mike Brown. In the second half, he straight up matched Diawara's minutes with Jaylen Brown. That happened. Like after when Mo Diawara came in, he put him on Jaylen Brown, fucking turned off his water entirely. In the fourth quarter, when Jaylen Brown checked in, that's when Diawara came back in. Like that says a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Says a lot.
No, for real.
But you can't get too excited.
I mean, you basically have your 51st pick in the draft, who a lot of us probably weren't expecting much of, giving you like what.
Well,
we
if you were smart, you shouldn't have expected anything from him.
Exactly. Why are you getting excited about the 51st pick?
But you're basically getting like OG Anunoby level like defensive production from him on a star wing on a Sunday afternoon game, in a game where you don't have OG Anunoby. So it's like.
All I'm saying is, like, the 51st pick has a working J. We didn't take an L with him on the court. And the Knicks have an E in New York. So, like, there are 3 different ways that I can, like, describe the impact of Mo Diawara. And there are people at home who get what I'm doing right now. But, like, he can defend. He can shoot the ball. He has confidence. I just think Mo Diawara is something to get excited about. I don't think you should block fans who get excited about the 51st pick. That's just me.
The thing with Diawara too that I think is very interesting is he's like confident now when he's open from 3. like he's pretty confident on that shot, and you can even see him calling for it when he's open. He's not just like, oh, I hope I get the ball. He's like, come on, I'm over here. So I think that's encouraging. He's gotten a lot sharper defensively. Like the on-ball stuff always popped with him, but some of his rotation, some of his help side stuff today really popped off the screen, I thought. And he just makes guys uncomfortable. Like this happened in that Raptors game where they put him on Ingram, and Ingram was like, oh shit, fuck. Like, what is this thing? Like, what is this thing defending me? And look, obviously, he's not anywhere near OG Anunoby right now, and who knows forever will be near OG Anunoby. But like, having just another big body, like live body wing, I mean, it's very significant. And look, I don't know. I don't know how the rotation looks when everybody's healthy, when OG's back and when Deuce is back, hopefully, and all that stuff. But all I know is that you just got to keep finding this guy minutes. And I'm not talking about the minutes that we've seen where it's like, oh, like we're shorthanded. Let's play him with like Kevin McCullough and Kolek and fucking Huck Porty and Bridges. And I'm like, that lineup has a collective usage of 7. Like that's not going to work. And you're not putting any of them in with the chance to succeed. Look at Diawara in these minutes where he's playing with the Knicks' best players, right? Look at him when he's playing with Brunson, when he's playing with Cat, when he's playing with Bridges, Hart, these guys. Like, you can visibly just kind of see how easy he slots in, and not just how he slots in, but he takes a load off for these guys defensively. Like, do you think having Mo Diawara on the floor, like, let's say you had OG today. I would have loved to see a lineup with, like, Diawara and OG and Josh Hart or something, where it's like, okay, now Josh and OG don't have to guard Jaylen Brown. Like, I would like to see stuff like that. I just think he needs
OG
to play
is like
more.
a roamer.
Yeah, but like, and yeah, for sure. And you just have to see, again, like when you're talking about experimenting, like it's not really an experiment anymore to put Diawara on the floor. The experiments at this point that you'd be doing with him are like, okay, what lineups make most sense with him in it? How do you get the most out of him? And vice versa. In what lineups can you use him to get the most out of your best players, right? Brunson, OG, Cat, all these guys. That's the experiment. The experiment is no longer, can Diawara play or not? He can play. Like, he can play today in the NBA. He should and does get minutes for the Knicks, which means he should and would get minutes for basically every team in the NBA. Like, that's, I'm not saying he'd be in the rotation for every team necessarily, but he'd be getting real minutes, especially if guys had 1 or 2 guys down. And you're getting that in a rookie season from a 20-year-old who nobody even fucking heard of before the draft, and was drafted 51st overall. So it's an incredible instance of found money. And whoever was the fucking brains behind selecting him, shout out to you. But the Knicks, looks like I got another one of these random second round guys that they keep kind of stockpiling that outperform their draft position. Like, say whatever you want even about Kolek, right? He's the 36th pick, but like, it's hard for me to look at that draft and be like, he's fine. Yeah, he's like a fine contributor. Is he as good as AJ Mitchell? No, he's not as good as AJ Mitchell. And if that's like your entire thing to constantly harp on, like, congratulations, man. Like, you picked the one guy drafted after him that basically is better than what, like 30 of the players drafted out of him anyway. Yeah, like, but I think Kolek's been fine. Like, they're actually have been getting decent value out of these second round picks. And, we'll see what happens with Huck Porty and Dadier. But look, it's worth mentioning too. The Knicks do have their late. That was the other part of the Alvarado trade that was great. You kept your late first, which your own late first, which you couldn't trade anyway. But there are ways to get around that. You kept that, and you kept that Washington pick, which is going to be. I mean, based on the fucking lineup they put out there yesterday, good chance that's not.
Dog. If the basketball gods are real, they will smite the Wizards by giving us that pick and letting them drop in the lottery. Like, that is bullshit what they did the other day. They're not even resting like veterans. They're resting like their own young, good players that should be getting reps. That usually what
didn't they rest Keyshawn George?
Yes, they rested Keyshawn George. They rested Alex Starr. They rested Bilal Coulibaly. Like, they rested all their young core. they need their pick to drop. Like if the basketball gods are real, they will drop their pick to give it to us. Like that is it. That's all I ask.
Stefan Bondi just tweeted this. Knicks playing Bad Bunny in locker room after beating the Celtics.
The vibes, man. The vibes. They're here.
Jose Alvarado getting ox on his first day with the team. That's so special.
Bro, he was talking so much shit. He was talking so much shit to the Celtics bench after that steal on Jaylen Brown.
He brings the energy that this team, like, it's gonna give them that little boost that, sometimes you get that lull in the year. Like I feel like he's bringing those vibes right now.
He's uniting the boroughs, one cookie to bowl at a time.
It's good. Like you have Brunson and Hart and Cat, they handle complaining and whining to the refs. And
Jose would be talking shit to everybody's benches.
Yeah, and Jose talks shit to the other team. It's good. He handles that piece of it. We're good.
All right, let's get to some comments. We do got a super chat. Shout out to Comandante Marcos with I believe this is Canadian dollars, $6.99. Shwen, I feel like you will do reading this super chat justice better than I will.
All right. Muhammad.
Shout out to Mo.
That's the super chat, guys.
Shout out to Mo. Definitely proving that he can be a rotational player. All right, let's get to some other comments here. We have here from Chris Bernhard. He says, assuming when everyone's healthy, starting five remains the same, and the bench is Deuce, Alvarado, Shamit, Mitch, and the 10th guy is a combo of Kolek/Mo/Clarkson. Pretty good. Also, can Carlesimo drink water? It's like listening to a 75-year-old chain smoker. I feel like every coach that used to coach like for a pretty substantial amount of time, whenever they become a commentator, they have that, like, their vocal cords are basically fried at that point. So like they're gonna sound like smokers on the broadcast. Like even when Doc was on the broadcast before he got hired by the Bucks, like he sounded awful too vocally. But yeah, I just feel like that's the case with all these coaches that become commentators. Jordan Bub here brings up Jose Alvarado's stats during his Knicks debut, and we also held Boston to a season low 89 points. He had 12 points on 5 of 12 shooting, 2 threes, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block, plus 13 in his 25 minutes.
Our whole guard room is shorter than Sam, and we're giving the entire league belt. This is what you love to see.
It is true. It is true. Chris Bernhard says Pistons had our number in the regular season last year, by the way, not sweating it, especially when down the number 2 and 3 scorers. Yeah, no Cat, no OG. And a lot of people were actually wondering like why Cat wasn't like playing, because like he finished the game against the Nuggets the other day, but like Jordan Woods kind of exposed what his eye was looking like the other day. That man was in no shape to be playing basketball with the way his eye was looking. Like his eye was almost like completely shut. So I completely understand why he didn't play against the Pistons. So definitely wasn't worth the risk of possibly hurting it even more.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him. Like it was a game, like they played double overtime and then went into that game against the Pistons. Like you were not winning that game.
Yeah. So. HB Greg says we need Mo to chill out before someone robs him from us.
I don't think, like, I mean, if they have RFA, they'll probably give him like a nice 4-year contract. So
yeah, I feel like the Knicks will be a lot more cautious with contract situations going forward now after the Hartenstein thing and what they had to do after that. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about the Knicks retaining talent that is actually contributing to winning right now.
I'm just not going to worry about this until after the season. I don't know what the point of worrying about this is now. Like, this is not. I'm not interested in worrying about this. Every time I tweeted something about Mo Duarte, somebody's like, "Well, fucking the front office only gave him a 1-year deal. What a disaster!" Can you fucking relax for 5 seconds?
Also, it seems like the kid wants to be here. It feels like so.
Go get drunk. It's fucking Super Bowl Sunday. Jesus. Like, give me a break.
Let's see. That Kev Boy says, I just hope Mo D's minutes keep increasing, and I hope OG's Burks are extra comfy. I doubt we'll see him until after All-Star break. Probably. No. There's no reason to rush OG back. I mean, the team is kind of still flowing and whatnot. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. Who's their next couple of opponents? I doubt it's anyone really substantial.
I think it's Indiana, and then it's
Indiana, then Philly.
Yeah, Indiana, Philly.
Maybe you want to play him for the Philly game. Maybe not. Who cares? Like at this point, like we've beaten Philly. How many? We only beat them once this year. But
if it's we're 34-19, so if you go in 35-20 or 36-19, that's pretty good. I think their record last year was 36-19 at the All-Star break or right before the All-Star break, whatever it was. So, obviously,
same team.
I don't know. I feel much better about where this team is than I did last year's team. Last year's team, I was just kind of like, you're so bored by this. Like you're like okay, like every game is the same.
Already.
Yeah, every game was the same. Every game was literally
It's
just the same shit over and over. I think Mike Brown has stuff that he still needs to figure out, and I still think there's stuff that he does that is weird. But I think there's definitely been more. I mean, obviously, more of an effort to try different things, work the rotation different ways, try different combinations of players. Like, I don't care what anybody says. I guarantee you Mo Diawara would not have seen a minute last year.
Hell no.
Wouldn't have happened. So the fact that Diawara is even getting burned and that type of stuff is good. But yeah, look, it's the Knicks are in a good place. So just keep this up. Hopefully they can carry this momentum now over the next 2 games into the All-Star break. And then I need all of them to just rest up. Josh Hart, I know I'm not even worried about him. I know he's not doing shit for a week. So we're good on that one.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. He's HB Greg also says, reminder, do not interact with anyone who posts screenshots of their chat GPT Knicks rants seriously. Yeah, no, I definitely will take heed to that going forward. That Kev Boy says, what are y'all preferred buyout market pickups?
With Highsmith, that's really it. I don't know.
I don't if Love gets bought out, I would like Kevin Love.
He's been solid this year. For a
I just think
actively
like I feel pretty good about where the perimeter stuff is. Like when Deuce gets back, obviously that your guard rotation is really solid then with him and Alvarado. I think Diawara is real. I'm not sure what level of playoff performer he is, but I think he can come in and at least defend at a high clip in the playoffs. So I think he is capable to give you something. So I feel pretty okay with where the wing rotation is, even if, yes, it would be nice to have one more developed wing. The big man rotation is a little dicey to me. Cat and Mitch is like, we saw it against Detroit. Like one Cat didn't play that game and Huck Porty came in and like, look, I thought people were going a little overboard blaming him for some of the stuff that was happening, but like, it's a drop off. It's a significant drop off. And one thing too is like if Cat misses a game, you don't have a stretch 5 option really. Kevin Love gives you a stretch 5 option. He can play the center position. He can rebound. He has significant playoff experience. That to me is
wasn't that annoying ass Heat team that beat us that we probably all thought we should beat.
And he's surprisingly been good this year for the Jazz. Like he's been legit good. Not great. I don't know how viable he is in the playoffs defensively. I mean, it was a struggle bus with him when he was like legit good. So now it might be worse, but like if you need him to come in a pinch in a tight series or something because of foul trouble, because of injury, he has to play 5, 6, 7 minutes. Like I would trust him. Like I think Huck Porty would come in and you would lose the game. Like that's what I think would happen. I think Kevin Love gives you a chance. And he gives you at least that look of like, oh, we have a 5-out offensive look anyways. And, defensively, yeah, exactly. And the rebounding too. So that would be my preference.
Yeah, no, Huck Porty is interesting. He's the hands of
ass. he's ass. We don't have to sugarcoat it, bro. Like he is ass. Like you can't be nervous.
Now that Tyrese has called him ass, the odds are that he's going to have a significant playoff moment for the Knicks.
You can't have Nerlens Noel hands.
Yeah, I was about to say he reminds me too much of Nerlens Noel, man.
And have Nerlens Noel touch and somehow be good, but not as good as Nerlens Noel was on defense, at least that 1 year. Like
he felt the fuck off after that.
Son, like I don't care, bro. Like give me legitimately cut cut fucking Huck and give me Trey Jemison as third backup. I don't care, bro. I'm done with
honestly.
Trey Jemison out. The goggles are aura, and he can actually do some shit with the ball. Like,
you know who else you said was going to be awesome for the Knicks because of aura? Jordan Clarkson, and he
Jordan
fucking
Clarkson
sucks.
is great. Shut the fuck up.
He's fucking awful.
Jordan Clarkson did give us.
Say one more about JC, bro.
He gave us the Christmas game, and he gave us that Miami Heat game. We'll always have
exactly.
Exactly.
That's
Please
fine.
respect that man.
That's great, man. Good for him. He gave us the thing.
In terms of buyout market, I don't know who else is on the buyout market and who's going to be on the buyout market, because like every year there seems to be like, wait, what happened?
Lonzo Ball.
Get the fuck out of here. Golden State seems to want to waste their time acquiring him. They want to have the world's they want to have their medical team have the world's greatest task of solving Lonzo Ball and Kristaps Porzingis in 1 year. So shout out to the Warriors. They seem to be wanting to go in those endeavors. There's always some surprise buyout market guys every year, like some random guy who's on like 11th seed or a 10th seed team in like whatever conference just like decides to get bought out. We'll see as the buyout market develops here, and I think the Knicks will probably take their time as well with seeing who becomes available and who really fits their preferred needs or whatever they're looking for at the moment. So yeah. Mike Brown says Mo Diawara is the defensive player of the game after holding down Jaylen Brown.
Can't be too excited.
Only the 51st pick. He's not gonna do much, guys. On a contending team, nah. Those guys
same amount of depogs as Jalen Brunson, mind you. All-star, All-NBA, clutch player of the year. Just throwing that out there.
Ace Bouchard says he wants to marry Jose. I think that's taken though. I think he has a family. So sorry, Ace. You cannot be in the Alvarado family.
He's Puerto Rican. Has that ever stopped him before?
The fucking Wizards are losing by 29 to Miami right now.
Oh my god.
We're not getting that pick, bro. We're not getting that pick.
If the basketball gods are real, they will.
We physically can't even get the pick right now.
They will drop. Some other team will rise up. Mike Brown, just from Jordan Bub, says Mike Brown said he planned to play Jose Alvarado 22-23 minutes, but he ended up playing 25. Says the ability to play pick and roll combined with Alvarado's quickness and toughness gives the Knicks a huge boost.
2 whole minutes. That's
the horror.
The
horror.
funniest thing is like, I don't. Why did he need to be on like a minutes limit anyway? It's not like he wasn't playing. He was fucking playing. Like,
let him have it. Let him have it.
He's like, I want to get this guy acclimated to our system.
He's probably gonna be so happy being on the Knicks because he's like, wow, you guys have like a real medical staff and everything here. This is great.
You guys have a real medical facility? Not this bullshit Smoothie King nonsense.
You know what though? He might be pissed, right? Because he's a Brooklyn guy. He's probably like, this is ridiculous. This practice facility is all the way in Tarrytown. It's unacceptable. I refuse to play for this franchise.
And then Steph Bondy's gonna be at the scene of this the training facility. Just like say that again, please, so I can make my argument. Mark Berman's gonna fly in and be like, "Can you please say that again to the camera?" Like,
Mike Brown says on Josh Hart says teams keep putting their 5 on him and we tell him to let it fly. I mean, yeah, that should be the mindset.
I did want to say this. I thought Hart. I in our Discord, I was talking about this before the game. I thought like at various points this year, in past years, these like top teams, especially in the Eastern Conference, it feels like Cleveland, Boston, Indiana, they've kind of had his number. They like know how to defend him. They know he doesn't want to shoot the 3. They know when he puts the ball on the deck, he wants to get all the way to the rim, and that he's not necessarily, he doesn't really have some great in-between game. And you can kind of get him helter-skelter. I mean, the Christmas game, you talked about it before, but like Josh Hart got hurt. They were down, 12 or something when he got hurt? And they win the game. I don't know that they win the game. I don't know that they don't go on a run with Josh Hart in the game, but it was hard it was hard while watching it to not feel like that might have kind of been like a little bit of a blessing in disguise for us there. And I felt like today was a big game. I thought this was a big game for him, specifically because Boston's a team that kind of has proven to be disciplined against him in a way that they can get him off his comfort zone at times. And I just thought the defensive stuff with him is always going to be a fucking adventure. But offensively, I liked the way he played. He was confident. He took threes when they were given to him. And he was under control for the most part. Like, I just thought he played an effective game. He kind of knew he made good decisions with the ball is what I can say. I didn't think he got too crazy, helter-skelter, any of that stuff. I thought he was consistent, stayed steady. And ultimately, he was really good. I mean, the third quarter to start it, he was the Knicks' entire offense, basically. So, just wanted to shout him out because I thought he did a really good job.
No, definitely. It's some timely threes. As Mike Brown said, he let it fly when the teams were basically kind of sagging off of him. And, that's what's encouraging to see from guys like him and Mo is just like their confidence in letting 3-point shot fly, because like it really opens up the offense for the team. And, if they're going to hit them too, that's even better. So, all right, I do want to address this really quickly. How did Shamet not get into the 3-point contest, but fucking Damian Lillard, who hasn't played all year, is going to be in there?
Damian Lillard's in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
He just got announced today that he's going to be in it.
I love
Chris Bernard says dude's going to walk out there on a motor scooter and start drilling threes. Why is he allowed to like compete in that?
Why don't they have Tatum in there then? And Howard?
like all the Achilles guys. They have to all do it. I just want to see this happen.
And they can get Lindsey Vonn on it too now.
I was just about to say, can Lindsey Vonn?
Dog. But like, why is Lillard in it? Like, he hasn't played all year. Shouldn't that like disqualify you from like being eligible to play in this thing? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I would assume that
it's such a joke.
I woke up today and I woke up today, opened my phone. The first thing I saw was like Lindsey Vonn dies. I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? The ESPN headline was like, Lindsey Vonn takes a terrible fall. I was like, well, who could have seen that one coming?
Skiing on a torn ACL. How did that happen?
Like, I respect it, but I'm also like,
got to be a little bit smarter than that.
Yeah, stuff.
41 years old. Like, I don't know.
And
the
like,
odds were not in your favor.
You've won shit already. Like, you don't. Fine. It's okay. Like, I get it. It sucks. You trained for 4 years. I respect it, but I'm also kind of like,
you're also 41 years old.
I mean, ultimately, like, if she's gonna retire after this, who gives a shit? You know?
I mean, she clearly does.
That's
why she went for it.
Exactly.
She's older. She's older than me. That's crazy.
That's really hard to do.
Don't worry, you're gonna get there soon, Tyrese.
Chill.
Such a chill, as if you could like pause time.
For real. Listen, I'm the youngest one on the fucking panel right now, so let's chill out, bro.
Sam's younger at heart, though.
Barely.
Why? Because I'm immature.
No, because Sam teaches the youth. Okay, you need to have a certain level of.
I need to have that youthful energy. I do. H22 says, bro, and Diawara looks huge. Pause on TV. Can't imagine how he looks in person.
Yo.
One thing, just before we move on from Sam being younger than you, it's unfortunate that you can no longer see what people like on Twitter. I will say that. So.
Dog. No, not.
No, we're gonna talk about this, bro. What was that Sabrina Carpenter tweet, dog?
Dog, I addressed it already. I said I'll talk about it in March. What the hell?
What was that, bro?
That's literally all I said. I said I'll talk about this in March.
It's not March. Sam's coming out as a milkman in March.
What? No.
He's not coming. He's been a milkman. Like,
no.
Can we reestablish this, please? Sam's been a milkman.
Can we talk about basketball?
Years. No.
Can we talk about basketball?
What else are we gonna talk about? No.
Can we talk about this basketball game?
Half the team is full of milkmans. You gonna fit right in? Like,
dog, I just said I'll address it to you in March. That's it. I'll address it in March. Whatever post game we have in March, I'll talk about
it. After the All-Star break, Sam's gonna address it.
I have a post. I'm have a press conference.
You gonna come up with a hat that says milkman? Like he's like
I'll have the Magic Johnson type press conference after the All-Star break.
Oh my.
Do we still want us to keep talking about Mo? Because we have some more comments here about Mo.
Yep.
HV Greg here says he can pass, he can dribble, he can defend. He doesn't do stupid shit, and he doesn't think he's entitled to just call his own shot like other players. Yeah, he fits the mold of like the perfect kind of role player that you want. And it's crazy to think he's just 20 years old. So the fact that he's able to contribute on a winning team like this is just remarkable. So yeah. Yo, all right. Can we relax? Can we relax?
Oh. Yo, okay, that's wild.
What? No, I do not. Y'all be wild. All right, y'all. Now y'all lying. Now y'all are lying. Now y'all are lying.
Sam and Rex Ryan.
What? All right.
Sam, Rex Ryan, and Andrew Weiner.
All right, that's where we end it because people are lying now. People are lying. But yeah, let's continue talking. Let's hear. Let's bring this up because this is a trade that actually a trade that confused me. Ace Bouchard says here, please talk about what Vooch brings to the Celtics. That's a trade that actually confused me just because the Celtics have been known kind of for like all these years about like, especially with their big men, at least being able to space the floor, not only to do that, but also be like good defenders. And like this year alone, they've like Keita has been pretty solid for them defensively. Who else is their big man rotation this year? Garza, right? Garza's been okay, I think. I'm not sure. But I know they've like their MO the last couple years that they've been in contention has been like, all right, they're gonna have like a big man that can space the floor, but he can also, defend. And Vucevic is kind of like just a post-up option, and he does space the floor sometimes. And he can be a passing hub, but like defensively is not his strongest suit. He had 11 and 6 today, was 5 of 13 from the field, and had 4 personal fouls and was a minus 24 today. I really don't understand that acquisition. Schwinn, what do you think about this? Because I know you guys were talking about this probably on the trade deadline live stream. But yeah.
I think it's he obviously sucked today, so it's not a great day to make this argument. But like their backup 5 before him was fucking Luka Garza. Or it was, playing small ball 5 base or no 5 effectively.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he's coming off your bench, it's probably okay. The Knicks are they're uniquely like troublesome for him because they have a fucking starting center coming off the bench. So he doesn't get to like win a matchup easily. I think it's okay, but I don't know that it's as impactful as like. This sounds crazy, but like actually it doesn't sound that crazy, but it definitely sounds like probably a homer take. I would argue like getting Alvarado is significantly more impactful than getting Vooch, and obviously Vooch has a greater standing in the game and all that type of shit. But like, and to be honest, I actually kind of like Vooch. Like he seems like a pretty chill fucking dude, and that fucking post game he did early this season when all the Bulls guys were like kind of clowning around, and he was like, "We played like shit. We didn't do anything we were supposed to do."
It reminded me of that. It reminded me of that clip of like the Lakers back in the day when they were all hype, and then Kobe was on the Late Show, and he was just looking at the clip like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't know how much it matters, but like they got him for nothing. Like they got him for Simons, who they weren't going to keep, and they needed to deduct the tax and all that stuff. So, I mean, I guess what I would say is more interesting is. The risk is like they were really successful because their offense was just humming, and Simons was really good for them off the bench this year. If you now have less guard creation, right? Because you had Derek White, you had Pritchard, and you had Simons. Now you just have Pritchard and White. We saw today Pritchard did nothing, and look, most games he's going to do more than that. But if either of those guys has an off night, him or Derek White, you don't have that luxury now having that third guy, and that trade-off of like bringing in Simons for Vooch.
Didn't like Simons like kill us in the last matchup too, or something that we had with them? Was it just Jalen Brown?
So. No, I think Simons had a good game too. But it's an interesting one. I get the logic. I have a feeling it's going to be not as effective as they thought. I mean, they put up 98 points against Miami. I know they won that game, but like, it's not like their offense was humming along in that game either. So it's something to keep an eye on. Also very much important to note that Jaylen Brown has a negative net rating on the season when Derek White is not holding his hand on the floor. So just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no, the ESPN dedicated a whole like 10-minute segment to him before the game about how he's carrying
Kendrick Perkins
like
did an entire
MVP
fucking thing.
candidate.
He literally said that Wemby, or no, he said not Wemby, Jaylen Brown is the best two-way player in the league.
Dude,
that's big perk.
Propaganda is fucking insane.
Can Jaylen Brown score if he's not allowed to just like legally forearm shiver guys? Is that a thing? Do we think that it's possible for him?
And if he isn't allowed to forearm shiver guys, he's going to say that it's racist and talk about how there's evil eye on the refs because they aren't allowed to let him get away from offensive fouls. You got to open your third eye, man. The refs don't want you to forearm shiver dudes.
Speaking of Celtics big men, Chris Boucher got traded to the Jazz from the Celtics, and then he got waived. Chris Bernhardt says he would be a nice get, genuine stretch five. I don't know how good he is defensively, but adding another shooter is always a positive. Weren't the Celtics like not playing Boucher this year? Basically,
yeah, they were not playing him.
So I don't know. In terms of him being acquisition, I've seen other Knicks fans on the timeline also bring up Boucher as well. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, no, I mean I think he'd be fine. Like I don't think he'd do much for the team, but as a depth option, he's cool.
I don't want Chris Boucher is like the classic. I feel like every time I see him, he hits fucking 6 threes. And then I look at his numbers on Basketball Reference and it's like 31% from 3. And I'm like, oh, so not actually that. But yeah, no. No, I'm not into Chris Boucher. If they brought him in, I wouldn't lose my mind or anything because it's a buyout guy.
You wouldn't post a manifesto on from ChatGPT about why he is the Antichrist and why he is destroying our basketball team and why acquiring him is opening the sixth circle of hell.
Why Leon Rose is getting fired this year.
Leon Rose will not be the GM in 2027. Leon Rose is a liar, and I'll never be a part of a team that he's a part of again. Let me say it again. Leon Rose is a liar, and I'll never support a team that he's a part of.
Did you see that? Did you see that Gobert tweet, or not tweet, but the quote he had after they lost on Friday?
They just start benching dudes who don't play defense.
And everyone in the replies was like, and everyone in the replies was like, Chris Finch needs to bench Randall immediately.
Yeah, I had no idea who. I just couldn't figure out who he could possibly have been talking about. It was tough.
Dog, and then some Timberwolves fan dropped the fucking Randall effort tape from that game.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, oh man, I remember those days. Randall effort tape against the Bulls on a random Thursday or something.
No, it's okay that he just like crashed out against like a guy holding a laptop. Like it's perfectly fine. That was when he was smoking weed, guys. It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Yeah, the weed was controlling him. It was making him evil. It was making him evil.
He's good now, though. He can focus clearly because he's not on the devil lettuce.
Chris Bernhardt also talks about this for the Celtics in terms of them trading Simons away. He was their microwave guy. Now they have to find someone else who can do it. He says he wonders if they take a shot on one Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas should take a shot at Istanbul.
I think there's zero shot the Celtics are taking a shot on Cam Thomas.
Like I think the Wizards would sign Cam Thomas just so he can help their tank. Like that's who should sign Cam Thomas. Like, hey, go average 20 and have like an on-off of like minus 15. Like, go do that.
He honestly would help their tank.
Cam Thomas might legitimately decide who gets the #1 pick this year. That's how bad Cam Thomas is.
Can't believe like Nets fans were like putting him in talks with whoever. Jalen Brunson, quickly, like literally any guard that we've ever had, they were putting him in talks with. And he's waived and will probably be out of the league in about 2 years.
Well,
and I'm being generous.
You got to look. What was Brunson doing when he was 23 years old, man? Okay.
Wasn't it like winning like a college championship or something?
Barely doing anything. Riding the bench in Dallas.
Cam Thomas put up 24 a game. That's what it's all about. Like Cam Thomas, like the Luis Arias of basketball, and for whatever reason, like both of them just receive insane amounts of gas. I don't get it, but whatever.
HP Greg says, Jaylen Brown going to be happy going back to being number 2 when Tatum comes back? No, he will not, and that will be the fun part about watching their team implode next year, because there will definitely be politics going on between those two in terms of touches and all that other good shit, and it's on Joe Mazzulla to manage that shit. So
yeah, Jaylen Brown's gonna remix an LMA tape, and when that happens, I will be there seated with popcorn watching.
But yeah, no, I mean it's hard for someone like Jaylen Brown, who's been hearing for all this time that he can't be the number 1 option in Boston. They'd be asked, blah blah blah, and the on-off numbers, of course, say what they say. And we've joked about them and we've retweeted some graphics and whatnot. But he's gonna see it and be like, all right, I did well. I carried this team being a number 1 option this year, even though there's a lot of Derek White doing it. And he's gonna be like, all right, I can still do this even when Tatum's back. So I find that dynamic's gonna be very interesting next year.
Didn't he have a quote where he's like, everybody can see now how much I had to sacrifice these last few years or some shit like that?
He probably did on his fucking streams, probably.
Yeah, he's
gonna stream tonight.
What a joke! I didn't win Player of the Month. Like, relax, dude. It's Player of the Month.
You know what's so funny? He won Player of the Month last month.
Yeah,
while having fucking having like almost league average true shooting, and like we saw the plus minus shit with him and Derek White. Like he got Player of the Month for doing that shit, and no one was outraged, even though he did not deserve that shit. Like no one was outraged about that shit. No one cares about it.
Yeah, nobody should ever care about Player of the Month award. That's my
unless it's a Knick winning it. Unless a New York Knick is winning Player of the Month, then it matters. Then they shouldn't get it because Satan himself will be summoned. Someone said Clarkson's crashing out on Twitter right now.
Really?
I think he was in somebody's mention.
Let me see this.
Please, you put in some fucking kits and get back to work, please. No.
No, he's like legitimately responding to like everyone that's tweeted about him to this like the last like 15-20 minutes.
Damn, he really says stuff.
He's like, no, like if you look right now, like for like the last like 15...
my time has come. Hold up.
For like the last like 10-15 minutes, he's legit replying to everyone. That shit is so funny.
Thank God I didn't say anything about him.
He'd have some words for you. He just told someone to stop eating powdered donuts.
That's so real. All right, let's see if we get a tweet from Jordan Clarkson. Okay, let's see. I'm going for it.
HV Greg.
Now we wait.
Now we wait. HV Greg says the NBA is going to do something about tanking in the next CBA when we're garbage and need to tank. Hopefully we have a championship by then and I don't need to care about the Knicks tanking or not.
He replied to Rook.
Dog, he's on like a warpath right now.
I just need him to get me, please. Please don't forget me. If you can reply to Rook, you can reply to me. Okay? Don't be Hollywood, bro.
Nah. Jordan Clarkson's funny.
Go on.
He's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, all right, this is interesting. Tanking. That's been the hot topic of the NBA lately, the last couple of days. Guess we can address it because HB Greg said brought this up. Do we think there's actually a remedy for it?
No. Like, there's no remedy for it because ultimately the NBA has way too much benefit in players and a single player. Like, it's not like the NFL where like you can have a quarterback, but you can have ass weapons ass O-line and a bad defense. That was Jackson Dart. Like, there is no remedy for tanking unless you just want to get rid of the draft. And no team is going to sign up for that because every player is going to go to New York, LA, Miami, so on and so forth.
I don't agree with that. And I think the remedy to fix tanking is to make where you finish in terms of record a financial incentive. So in the Premier League, there's a big pool of money that gets distributed among the teams, and certain portions of them are equal to every team. But one of them is based on finishing position. And so if you win the league, you get the most money. If you finish bottom, you get the least amount of that money. And it's a pretty significant difference. The NBA should absolutely do that with the national TV money. If you fucking suck, you should not be getting an equal amount of money of the national TV money, because you're not. Who the fuck? Why? What the fuck are the Wizards doing to drive national interest in basketball? Fucking nothing. What are the Nets doing? Nothing. What are half these fucking dog shit teams that are tanking and doing bullshit? They're hurting the product. They're actually hurting the product. So I think you financially incentivize where you finish, and then you limit how many times you can jump in the lottery. That would be my only changes. I think those changes alone would make a significant difference. If you jump in the lottery, let's say you jump twice in 3 years. If you jump twice in 3 years, you should not be able to jump for the next 3 years or something like that. That should be the rule. I don't know the exact fucking rules and how the years would line up, but that's how I would draw it up.
I agree with that, and I would also add taking away pick protections and trades now. Like, just get rid of that shit.
Or just limiting them. Or just limiting them significantly. I 1 to 4 is fine to me, right? Because that's where you can jump to.
Mm-hmm.
All this the top 8, top fucking all these fucking weird ones. Get rid of that shit.
Like the one the Clippers just acquired from the fucking Pacers.
No, that's good. We like that.
10 to 30 protected.
Yeah, we like that. We like that.
We like that for the Pacers because it's the Pacers. We like that. But the top 8 shit, it further incentivizes the tanking shit. Because Utah and the Wizards, they are incentivized now to just tank and bottom out because that pick is protected top 8 or whatever it is now. So I think taking away those protections.
But I agree with you, Tyrese. The way the system currently is, then if we're not going to change any other shit, then you're not going to fix tanking. It's never going to happen. And this year, I have not watched any college basketball, but apparently this draft class is fantastic. So yeah, of course, teams are going to tank even more for that reason.
Yeah, ultimately, it just comes down to you need a star in the NBA to win games, and it is much harder to acquire star level talent in the NBA compared to in any other league. And there's a lot less control over NBA players compared to any other players in any other league. I'm not talking about hockey. I don't care about hockey. But it's just ultimately it is hard to tell teams not to tank when you need stars to tank, and then you need a subset of stars to actually be able to win significant basketball games with. You're not winning unless you have a top 10 player, top 12 player, and it's hard to get that. And there are multiple ways you can get that. You could end up being the Knicks, who are just financially shrewd, or you could be the fucking Spurs, who just got blessed by the hand of God. It's just really hard to acquire that level of talent, and ultimately teams are going to keep trying to do so. And you can't incentivize, you can't tell them not to try it because ultimately it's needed to compete. Nobody wants to be the fucking Grizzlies. But the Grizzlies probably got the high end outcome of it, where they got a defensive player of the year, multiple all-star talents, and then they blew it up because they're okay, well, we can't do shit with this anyway because we can't even compete. So shit sucks, but what are you gonna do about it?
Chris Bernhard here says, in the NHL, I believe if you win the lotto twice in consecutive years, you can't win a lotto 1 to 4 for 5 years. Wow. So I think the league at large has to look at what other teams do. I mean, not other teams, other leagues do. Because I feel some variation of this, like what Schwinn said here, would be a way to kind of change the system in a way. Because you don't really hear, I mean, I'm not really the biggest hockey person. I do pay attention to it whenever the Rangers get into the playoffs or whatever. But I don't know if tanking is a large conversation in that sport and it doesn't seem like it is because of rules and stipulations like this. So I feel like the league adopting some other leagues' rules will help mend what is going on in the NBA, because the NBA, I mean, it's not even fucking it's barely February. Like, we're in the first week of February, and you have teams sitting good young players on their team to improve their draft odds, which it doesn't even work, because like the last couple of years we've seen teams that have been in the play-in and stuff jump up. So like, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, with you. All right, I got to take off, guys. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Fuck Boston. Go Seahawks. Peace.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, we'll get to a couple more comments here before we get out of here. Chris Bernard also says that's why the Kings are the dumbest franchise in the league. You suck forever and never get a top pick, and the one time you do, you take Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic. Bag organizations stay bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, even the bad teams that do end up jumping up and getting to the spot where they need to, they make stupid decisions with the pick that they get there. You know, granted, Marvin Bagley is a fine player now in the NBA. You know, he's this fine rotation big or whatever it is now, but like, that definitely wasn't the pick to take over Luka Doncic. And like, the league can do whatever it wants to try and help teams get them into top positions, whatever it may be in the draft. It's up to the teams to actually like have good talent. First of all, surround that good talent with other good talent to like become a good team, and then stay consistent and build upon it. That's the problem with a lot of these bad teams. They get top talent and then they don't do shit with it, and then that top talent ends up wanting to leave. And that's how we end up having all these stars be on all these other teams than the teams that are the teams that drafted them.
Like, the reality is you could give all the resources and stimmies you want to give to bad teams, but at the end of the day, bad teams are bad teams for a reason. And whatever advantages that teams are not allowed to invest into their physical players and teams, they're going to invest into infrastructure. They're going to invest into analytics. They're going to invest into any other resource they can invest into in order to get an edge. That's what the Knicks did. Like, literally, that's what the Knicks did. The Knicks were like, okay, we're going to spend a lot of money on staff, and we're going to spend a lot of money on tracking software, and all of a sudden the Knicks are just able to get guys in and have them shoot the ball. Like, there are just going to be different ways that good teams win in the margins, which has always been the case. Like, it's the same argument in baseball right now, and I hate to make this into a baseball thing where people are like, oh, the salary cap, and it's like, the Dodgers are good. Yes, they have a lot of money to spend, but the Dodgers are good because they develop talent better than anybody else in the league. Like, you can stop the Dodgers from spending money. They're just going to have Michael Bush instead of Freddie Freeman. They're just going to have Zaire Hope instead of Kyle Tucker. They're going to have these guys who they have more control over, who are probably going to give them more value over the life of their contract. And they're still going to be better than you. That's what the Knicks are doing. The Knicks are a second apron team. And you know what's happening? They're just going to make Modiara good. They're going to get Tyler Kolek to be serviceable. They're going to find value on the margins for guys like Jose Alvarado and Deuce McBride. You're just going to see a lot less money going to players, more money going into infrastructure, and those players getting short-sighted on their deals because teams are going to be signing them early the way that similar teams do with like arbitration numbers. That's the reality of sports. Sports is always going to be about how can we maximize our talent without spending as much money. And ultimately, good teams are going to stay good. Like, you can fix the lotto odds, you can do this, that, and the third. Until you get rid of the draft, there's always going to be a problem with tanking. That's really it. There's always going to be a problem with tanking until you get rid of the draft. And they're not going to get rid of the draft because nobody's going to Indiana willingly. Nobody's going to Sacramento willingly. Nobody's going to go to Memphis or Utah or whatever the fuck else. Like, there are going to be like 7 teams that players want to go to, and everybody else has to fight over the scraps. This is going to be the reality until the end of sports. So again, like, tanking is going to be a necessary evil because that's the only way these teams are going to be able to get talent. And if you just make it so that it's harder for them to get talent, they're just going to stay bad.
They're probably going to stay bad regardless, but yeah. And I guess this is in regards to Adam Silver. And I guess the owners or whatever says and the on-court product. I guess someone else brought up something about the product. He says that, Adam Silver got them a huge TV package. He gave them a CBA. He gave them a CBA, and all the poor owners are happy with. That's all that matters. To be honest, yeah, I mean, a lot of the changes that a lot of people are expecting. I tweeted something else the other day. I was like, whatever energy you're wasting on trying to plead with Adam Silver to do something about anything in this league, whether it comes to disciplining players for certain actions that they take with whatever investments that they're making, i.e. Giannis with the Kalshi and whatnot. That's a whole mess within itself that we didn't even touch on here. But yeah, I mean, Adam Silver's just not going to do anything. Everyone's expecting him to do things, and he's just not. I don't know what you guys are expecting. He hasn't come down. He hasn't come down hard on anything that's happened in the league since the fucking
Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling. You're really you're not gonna get what you're expecting from him. Even with the aspiration Kawhi shit, people are expecting something to happen at All-Star break or something. They're gonna have some decision or whatever. I doubt it. I doubt anything comes out of that. Honestly, I really do.
Also, real shit. Let's talk about the role of commissioners in fucking sports. The role of commissioner in fucking sports is to be the bad guy because he represents all the owners.
And all the owners are evil as shit.
Correct. James Dolan can hop on Craig Carton. He's still a billionaire at the end of the day. And the main goal for James Dolan is to make return of investment on his team. And that's the same goal for every single owner in the NBA. No matter how motivated an owner is and how much money they have, fucking Steve Ballmer is out here dunking the first apron. They're out of the tax. Steve Ballmer has more money than God. He's the richest owner in sports, not the NBA, sports. He used to own or he used to be CEO of fucking Microsoft. What people need to understand is Adam Silver, to the owners, to the execs, and to the players, even though the players want to bitch and moan publicly, is doing his job. Because you can say, oh, the NBA middle class is gone. Emmanuel Quickley is making $175 million. There is no player who deserves that money less than Emmanuel Quickley. I love Emmanuel Quickley. $175 million is insane. You know why he was able to do that? Restricted free agency. You know why restricted free agency exists? The CBA. And you know who had hand in negotiating the CBA? The NBPA and the owners. Okay? The reality is players are making more money than ever. Owners are making more money than ever. Players can move around as much as they fucking want to, and they can smoke weed. That's really all they want. Hey, can we smoke weed? Can we get traded when we want to get traded? And can we make a lot of money? Yes, yes, yes. Everybody's happy. So don't let CJ McCollum fool you. And ultimately, people were talking about, it's the movement. Trade deadline was popping this year and last year. Because reality is the second apron and the first apron rules, they're just going to make it so that teams are just going to be swapping bad money around. All-stars are getting moved for no reason other than we need to change something and switch something up. That's why Anthony Davis is on the Wizards right now. That's why Trae Young's on the Wizards right now. That's why you're going to see Ja Morant end up on the Milwaukee Bucks. That trade probably doesn't happen 3 years ago. You know why it doesn't happen 3 years ago? Because teams would not be as motivated to move money around. But teams are just going to be motivated to move money around if shit isn't working. That's why Jaren Jackson Jr. is in Utah. This is going to be the reality of how the league works. It's nothing's going to happen until right before the week before the trade deadline. And then you're just going to see guys move around because they can get moved around, and front offices are going to make moves that they normally don't make. And that's good, which is why ultimately Adam Silver, as much as people want to bitch and moan and complain, is doing his job. He's getting everybody money, and players still get to get their trades and move around.
They don't care about the fans, i.e.
They don't. They don't. That's capitalism. That's capitalism in a nutshell. Real fans are getting priced out, and sports in general is becoming a way for
industrialized business and whatnot.
More industrialized business, and ultimately the arena experience is becoming a hotspot for Wall Street investors and business owners to be hey, see, I own
celebrities.
Yes, that's what late stage capitalism is. So not to get all sickle and hammer on the Run.down, but realistically, the people who are getting money off of your back are happy. And you're going to watch the product because you have nothing else to do with your life. So why are your complaints going to matter to them?
Because no matter what, they still get their buck.
Paid. They're still going to get paid with you or without you watching the product. You know why? Because they negotiated that deal, and that deal got to get paid out for 11 years.
Yep. Yeah. Last thing I guess we'll talk about here in terms of that was the Jazz. The Jazz were actually winning a basketball game against the Orlando Magic. Would have been great if they could actually, win. I like to see the Orlando Magic lose. Because it further vindicates me and everyone else here who we're right about the Orlando Magic and how overhyped they were the whole fucking offseason just because they made Desmond Bane. They made the Desmond Bane trade. But yeah, no, they were winning a game against the Orlando Magic. And hold up, let me get my laptop here before it dies. There we go. They were winning a game against the Orlando Magic, and then they benched Triple J, and Lowry for the last quarter of the game. Whole 12 minutes. And lost the game. Whole 12 minutes. They sat their two best players who were actually cooking the Magic. They had like 40 plus points combined. Almost 50 points plus combined between the two of them. And they were on their way to win that game, and Will Hardy got the call and was like, all right, time to pull the plug.
Yeah. And ultimately, what are you going to do? Be like, oh, all-star players need to play a certain amount of minutes a game. Not going to happen. Too many blowouts in this league. Are you going to be like, oh, well, anti-tanking measures, subjective as all hell. Teams are going to fucking complain and be like, hey, if this unit is winning, why am I playing my all-stars? There is way too much nuance for this to be actually legislated. And ultimately, again, you can't control tanking. You can try to control the odds.
The only thing they can do is change the odds or flatten them, make every team have the same odds. I saw some people suggesting that, which would be very funny because then you'd see it. I don't know what it would do for the end of season stuff. But yeah, no, I mean there are some things that they can try to do, and we'll see what happens. Because I do think at the very least, I think protections will be something that they take away, or at least it'll be regulated in a way in trades that we haven't seen before. Just because I do think that has made teams start tanking a little bit earlier than years prior. I think it's becoming more of a topic now because it's like February just started, and we already have teams like a third of the league just like sitting out players. So I think that's why this year it feels that much more of a problem. And I think it's because of the protections that a lot of these teams have on their picks. A lot of these teams, they're dealing out these picks and they're not thinking that far down the line. They think, all right, maybe we'll be good by then. And they're not. And then they're like, damn, we have to keep our pick now because we're ass. So it's a lot of that happening in the league, unfortunately. So we'll see what the league does. I don't think they'll do much, but yeah.
Yep.
All right. That ends our Run.down for today. Oh, the Clippers are beating the Timberwolves. All right. That's interesting. See what happens there. But yeah, shout out to everyone that tuned in. Thank you for the super chat from our friend here. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Check out all the things that we're doing here on our YouTube page, as well as all the other things in our bio. We have links to everything strictly related in the bio, so make sure you're following us everywhere. The Knicks play 2 games until All-Star break, right?
Yes.
They play the Pacers on Tuesday, and on Wednesday they play the Sixers. All-Star weekend will be here, and the Knicks next game will be after that against the Pistons on Amazon Prime once again. Holy shit. So annoyed we have to play those guys again. And then we play the Rockets on ABC on the 21st on Saturday. So that'll probably be the next time we are live. Or maybe actually that Sunday game, after that Sunday game against Chicago. Me and Terry still talking amongst ourselves. Probably that 21st or the 22nd will probably be live once again. So yeah, make sure you guys tune in for that, and we'll catch you guys next time. Everyone enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. Peace.